Hey guys, so I know I normally don't make videos like this, but I don't know, there's some confusion about it, so I'm just gonna discuss it. So, in the new Fortnite season, the world, so we fought against the Herald, and the Herald ended up going to the reality tree and blowing up the whole entire island, and to protect the 0 point was exposed. And so what the 0 point did to protect itself was create another island, and it started dragging in all these pieces of all the islands and bringing them together to form that Chapter 4 island. So where the confusion is at is, what is the storyline for this new chapter? So the Paradigm sacrificed herself. It's not really like whether she just ceased to exist or whatever is not really clarified, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But she sacrificed herself, and so Amy is trying to decode her messages, and there's a bunch of quests for that, but that's not really what the video is about. But just know that Paradigm is not there, and the 7 is not there either, and the IO, like Sloan and Gunner and everybody else, is not there. And so the islands that the 0 point took together were from the past, if that makes sense. So it's always been 7 versus IO, and the islands that the 0 point took together were from 7 versus IO from medieval times. And so there were all these buildings from old 7 versus, well, I guess it would be young 7 versus young IO. And the Citadel is Geno's terrain. And the Oathbound was the original name for the Imagined Order before it changed for whatever reason, I guess. And basically, in the what's the name of that skin? It's is it the Chosen? I'm checking. The Geno skin. The Ageless. Yes, so that is Geno. And the description of the Aegis Geno in the Battle Pass is snapshot left to rule an empire. Geno left this snapshot to rule the Oathbound when Geno, the actual Geno, left to go conquer and defeat the 7 and do all that stuff. And so then the 7, which is, so Geno is the Citadel, and then the 7 is Brutal Bastion, and they were known as Reality Warriors back then, just like how IO was known as Oathbound, like the Oathbound clan. And there is a woman in Brutal Bastion, and there are a few balls around, like floating balls that they're not explained yet. And so Brutal Bastion was the old like home base for the 7, and they have a few other bases around, like that little teeny tiny place to the like northwest, I guess you could say, the tiny little spot, and then there's one north of it. Those are both 7 bases, and there are a few other ones scattered around, but yeah. And so we basically time traveled into a time when, like, just time traveled into medieval times where the old 7 and the old IO were fighting, but as of now, it's not known if the old IO or Reality Warriors are still there. if they made snapshots of themselves like Geno did, I don't think so, but maybe the scientists did something. It's not really explained. But if you go to Brutal Bastion, you'll see these tall statues of a woman. And people have speculated that it was in the Chapter 2, Season 8 live event, the one with aliens, where oh my god, what's his name? The main guy. I'm checking. Dwayne the Rock, Foundation, yeah. Where, Foundation says, "Why does she keep making me save you guys?" He said that to Jones near the end of it. You can search it up. But it's never really been specified who she is. And so people think that she is the woman that is shown, like with the statues. And there is proof that the Reality Warriors were the 7, like with there are the signs and all that good stuff, and there's proof that Oathbound is Io with symbols that's on the flag, and I mean obviously it's Geno too, the Ageless. And so this video was just kind of to explain it. And also, this was just a simplified version of top 5 games video, so that's where all the info came from. Oh, and another thing he mentioned that I guess I could simplify a little bit more is that in Shattered Slabs, there are these purple rocks, and it used to be like this. So the Ageless owns that spot. Geno does. It's like his mining facility, whatever. And there are these purple blocks, I guess. And I think Amy said something like they were not on the old island, and they're like powerful, I think. But she also said that they were in every single weapon and like building or whatever. Like everything was made out of that. And Geno is using that to create new weapons like the Shockwave Hammer and the Excalibur rifle. And so it's possible that they would make more weapons, so there might be new weapons in the future. Like, well, in the trailer, there was that shield, the portable shield that person was using. And there was, in the trailer too, I think there was a hawk or whatever that flew around that you controlled, that you could see through, that could also be from the IO or whatever. Or Geno. So, yeah, this was just supposed to be simplified. I might have complicated it more though. But I tried. I explained it in the way that it would make sense to me, so hopefully it'll make sense to you guys. So that's it. Everything came from Top 5 Gaming, so credit to him. That's it. Let me know if you guys want more of these videos or anything. So bye guys.